Robbie, let's go to Jennifer in Wimbledon. Hello, Jennifer.
Hi there.
Hello. So we've been talking about theatre and we've been talking about flagging up the good shows, and somebody said the play that goes wrong at the Duchess Theatre is a must-see production. And am I right in thinking you are one of the dressers?
I am the only dresser.
Oh, my gosh, the only... So I haven't seen it, but is it similar to a farce?
It is. It's kind of a play within a play. So it's a spoof of an Amdram.
So I would have thought then there are quite a few quick changes, aren't there? And there's only you to do it.
There's not a hell of a lot. It's quite an easy track. So that's why, hence, only me, because it's quite a small company. And, yeah, I've loved it. It's been wonderful because we're a small company. We're quite close-knit.
I bet you are. I love the fact you're
8 shows a week. I love what you say about dressing room life as well when you talk about that, because you're so spot on.
Do you know, last night I was at the Barbican to interview Julian Clary.
I know, and I wish I could have been there. You know, I couldn't afford it.
Well, yeah, he felt guilty about that. That's why I insisted everybody have a book. Everyone had a book with their ticket. But we went into the dressing room and I was like, oh my God, the dressing room. And also he said, oh, let's just share this massive suite, actually, of dressing rooms. So we just sat in there together and they'd asked me if I had any riders, which of course I don't, but they'd filled the place up with wine and chocolates and flowers. And then his agent came in and then his dog came in and then everyone was in the dressing room, and I just thought, oh, I love this. I love this. I love dressing rooms.
It's such a seductive life. It's really hard to leave it because it's a certain type of life, you know, that 8-show-week life. And when you're on a run that's like, I've dressed for 10 years now, and when you're on a run in the West End, and when you're on a run that, you know, you all get close, and it's just, there's nothing like it. It's really...
Can I ask, Jennifer, are you an actress?
No, but I have actually sent an application in today for the Bridge Theatre, a Bridge Theatre course in acting, because I'm an artist,
right? Actually,
which is why I dress, because it fits around my art practice. But I've always grown up in an atmosphere of all the arts, especially performing arts. So I've always been keen to do it. And lockdown was a bit of an unlock for me, because I started really thinking about all of that again. And yeah, maybe, you know.
Well,
now I'm 50, Jo.
Yeah, well, you heard our previous guest who said, right, if we're all going to live to 100, if you're 50, you've got to rethink what you're going to do as your next job. And I mean, Jennifer, when I was an actress, I was in a play called, it's the only play I ever had a dresser of my own, which was called Once a Catholic. And you will understand this. We only had a blackout to get changed. You know, we had to change in a blackout. And so it was something like 20 seconds, if that, actually. And
that's a quick one.
It was so quick, from a gym slip into a big old 1950s dress. And
of course.
But it's in the way, and in the dark, obviously. But it's you step into things. It's like I wish people could show what happens.
There's not many things on YouTube that show a quick change.
A quick change, yes.
Carefully choreographed.
They're all choreography, and if someone puts anything in the wrong place, you can't do the quick change.
Yeah, if you mess up a preset, I mean...
A preset, oh God, I love all these words.
I
remember when we were at drama school, one of my year was dressing Michael Crawford on Billy. It was a musical book called Billy, I think it was called Billy. And he taught me, he said that men's flies, they can't get stuck. He said you just can't have flies that are stuck. And so they would oil the zips of flies.
That's right, we do, yeah.
So you know that as well. So they never ever get stuck. It's a good tip,
That's
isn't
right. It? Yeah, there's all sorts of secrets.
Yes.
Yeah, there is.
And do you...
I've dressed at the Barbican as well. I've been sole wardrobe and dresser on a few shows at the Barbican.
Wow.
So I know backstage there as well pretty well. I've dressed in many theatres with many big names. It's been a brilliant time. Yeah,
And
I could write a book.
Well, you could, because like a hairdresser, you really get to see them at their most nervous. And I think that's why actors bond so quickly, because if you go through a first night, you see people at the most vulnerable you will ever see people, don't you?
Yeah, it's very interesting. And when I can't give too much away, but when I dressed on Chicago, I think that was 2018, the West End one, I was principal dresser, and one of them had very peculiar ways. Like, you have things, even I have things that you have to do every show. It kind of becomes superstitious.
Yes.
We've got a couple on the play that goes wrong that have to do it. You know, you have to do certain things.
Yes, I totally get it, yes.
Yeah, you get OCD. It's very odd.
Yes.
And unique to the
these superstitions.
Job.
And
and we had one on Chicago. She would have to walk a certain way right close up to the wall to the quick change area, like around the wing and I was warned at the beginning, don't get in her way, because she would just stand there and look at you. She was the lead, and just say, no, you have to move.
You have to move, because that's what's going to get her through the show.
Take this route.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's
really odd.
So
I've got so many good memories. So many good memories. I mean, I dressed Vern Troyer, bless him, on
I've interviewed him. Oh my gosh.
Right.
Lovely bloke. Really lovely bloke. Wow.
He was.
Yes.
And his bodyguard was as big as he was small, which was hilarious.
Oh my God.
And he was so shocked by how ramshackle backstage was at Wimbledon. I don't know if you've ever worked there.
But most backstages are ramshackle. I mean, not the Barbican, but most of them
are. The Duchess, it needs a bit of TLC.
Really? Is the Duchess opposite the Ivy? Is it that one?
No, the Duchess is opposite Mamma Mia.
Oh,
the
right.
Duchess is Catherine Street, so we're just next door. We're just down the road from Frozen, Drury Lane Theatre.
Yes.
And the Nail Pub.
And do you then, is your job, so wardrobe, would you bring in all the costumes from wardrobe, or do they bring them in and hang them in the dressing rooms, or is that your job?
My boss does that in the day, and then I arrive in the evening. I see her on matinee days. We have a heavy weekend because we have a 4-show weekend. We do all the matinees over the weekend. So she does that, and then I set them. I take them down stage when I arrive and set what I need to quick change. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. And this is really... Okay. Oh, gosh, I can't ask this. It's so personal. It's about...
No, do.
No, because it's so personal. But it's about tipping.
Oh, no, ask. Well, yeah, it happens more when you're a principal dresser.
Right. Because you know, I was talking about Julian Clary. He's playing the dresser in The Dresser. Have you seen the play?
I love The Dresser.
And I was
love it.
I was in it.
I didn't like the remake, by the way.
You didn't like what?
I didn't like the remake film. I
never saw the film. Never saw the film.
Don't bother. But have you not seen the original film?
No, but I was in one of the original productions of it, and many years ago, and I absolutely love it because it's so accurate. Now it is, isn't it? Still accurate. The dresser knows everything about the performance.
Everything, and I have been a principal dresser quite a few times as well. So you're basically. I can't swear, but you're their B word. You know, you're almost like a PA. It's slightly different from being an ensemble dresser. You know, you really do get intimate, especially over a long run. I
will tell you something which I can only say at this hour. I was in a production called Steaming. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, where we were all naked. It was written by Nell Dunn. So we had tampons stuck to the back of the flats because if anybody had a period, and had a heavy period, you couldn't get off to run to the loo. So they were literally stuck to the back of the flats. Yeah.
This is theatre life, folks.
This is that's the intimacy of backstage. Extraordinary. But
it is. You can't be a flake, and you can't be easily offended.
No, you can't.
No,
and also this is why it always makes me laugh because actors Never lock doors. Actors change in the corridor. You know, you can't be a prude. You literally, especially in a musical, everybody is changing in the wings. Everyone's changing in the corridor. And you just have to get on with it, don't you?
We all see everything.
Yes. It's like being in... I remember taking a boyfriend I had who had no idea. I was in Panto in Brighton. He'd never been backstage before. And I took him backstage between shows, and we'd been doing the show for about 3 weeks. And you know, in a Panto, it's like you're almost living there. And he turned up...
It's a heavy ship. I've done 3 Pantos.
And you've got the nursery with all the kids in, and they're all there with their chaperones.
The chaperones.
And this boyfriend, he didn't last long, but he said, I feel like I'm in a human zoo. And I went, yeah, well, that's what it's like. I mean, it's just people in various states of dishabille wandering around. You know, the guy playing Dame with a bra stuck on and a wig.
It's wonderful.
It's just...
I worked with Matthew Kelly. I've worked on...
Matthew Kelly's doing
Panto.
The Dresser. He's doing The Dresser with Julian.
Yes, he is, which is why I really want to see it, because he plays straight and dark really well.
Well, Julian said he's brilliant. He's going to be here at Richmond. I think they're going to be at Richmond in a couple of weeks. Gosh, I could talk to you forever.
I could talk to you forever as well, because I've also, before I got into theatre by chance, because I knew someone who worked in film, whose sister was head of wardrobe on Top Hat, the Aldwych.
Oh, gosh.
That's where it all started.
Wow. I went to see that 3 times. I saw that.
Did you?
Yes. I loved it.
We got an Olivier for that.
Yeah, I loved it. Who was the guy that took over who was in Strictly? He won Strictly.
For goodness sake.
And he did it really well. You know, wasn't a professional dancer, but then became one. Gosh,
I know, and I've gone blank because I'm on the radio.
I know. But I better let you go. Jennifer, it's so lovely to speak to you. So you're recommending people go and see the play that
go and see the play that goes wrong. It started on Fringe, now it's in the West End and on Broadway, and it's just, you know, we're not suffering for audience members, I can tell you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Jennifer.